and welcome to Abnormal
Hey,
Entities.
bro, back the fuck up. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Say it like you mean it, man.
I said it like I meant it.
Back the fuck off the camera. Get your forehead off of it.
Don't you fucking tell me what to do with my forehead. Anyways, yeah, we're here with Dakota being the asshole talking about my forehead. Chloe, Trip, and Logan. And today what I'm going to talk about is Wendigos.
Ew.
Yeehaw, brother.
Did you say ew?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like every time I hear about Wendigos, it's just like a nasty.
I mean, they are pretty gross. So before I do get into it, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, like, at the very least a little bit what they are.
Yeah,
Only from Supernatural.
that's crazy.
Aren't they like skinwalkers?
Off-brand, Walmart
No.
brand skinwalk.
What do you mean?
No?
They don't skinwalk.
No, never mind.
They don't skinwalk, yeah.
Do they skin run?
They do run, but they don't skin run.
They're a brisk skinwalk. No.
Good job.
Trip, you know what they are?
I mean, there's a game called like Until Dawn, and I played that, and it was about Wendigo. So that's about all I know about them.
Hell yeah. But, basically, they're cannibals, and by eating human meat, they transfer into a weird spirit. But with the basics of knowing what it is, where would y'all think it could be a possibility? Like, out of 10?
Minnesota.
Not where. I mean,
Oh!
where you are.
Minnesota out of 10? That's a lot of
Minnesota
letters.
out of
so
10.
it's-
Hey man, I said that with so much confidence too. I was ready. I was.
Let me write that down. Chloe's
Nebraska.
Minnesota out of 10.
I don't know. Man. Who came up with the Wendigo? Like who?
Oh,
What's the
plenty.
breed of-
Plenty. There's mainly deriving from multiple different Indian
10 out of
cultures.
10.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Probably like.
Bro, it's not Indian. It's Native American.
Okay, well, I didn't say the college football team. Like, I just said it's fine. But no, I believe it more than skinwalkers.
Bro, I looked up the picture of a Wendigo.
Really?
That's literally
Yeah.
me for real.
I feel like I don't know. I
Wait,
feel like
why
I'm
do you
like
believe in those more than skinwalkers?
Once I get into it, you'll see. But
Okay.
it's more believable.
All right. Well, I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, if Chloe's Minnesota, I'm probably like Ohio. Like, there's no.
Oh shit, dude! Ohio, really?
I
The
mean,
Ohio level?
I'm a Nebraska
No.
level, I think.
in all reality, I'm like a 0. Like, there's no shot there. Bro. That's just,
So you actually believe the skinwalkers more?
well, until I hear more about them, I don't know much about.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I haven't heard a whole lot about Wendigos, and I just feel like if there was more.
I just feel like the skinwalkers are more believable than Wendigos from what I've seen. Like, it's a fucking animal, deer-looking thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
It's a
if
deer
I
skull.
saw a Wendigo, if someone saw a Wendigo, like, we'd hear about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that, yeah. I'm gonna give it a 4. 4 out of 10.
4?
2. I say 2 out of 10.
Okay.
She went
Okay,
from
Logan?
Minnesota to 2. That's crazy.
I'm gonna give it an 8 because I know a good bit about it, and I don't feel like a lot of the like folklore is accurate when it comes to like how it looks and shit. Like Trip was looking
Yeah.
at pictures of it. I know what he's looking at, but I feel like I just feel like the
Stories.
outcomes. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
the stories are possible, and I feel like it's probably not like what they think it is, but that shit happened. You feel me?
Yeah. No, I got you. I agree with you.
My boy got 8. I had blood in my eyes. I couldn't see nothing.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
He
Fair
might
enough.
have had antlers on his head. I don't fucking know. And damn, folklore.
But basically, so the origin is all from different Native American tribes, like Ojibwe Indians, which is actually where my heritage comes from. That's like in the southern part of Canada.
You're a fucking Ojibwe?
Yeah. Like, not, I wouldn't say like high percentage, but that's like way back when. but came from Ojibwe, all the Algonquin-speaking Indian tribes.
Yeah, I don't believe in it.
You
said
don't
all-
believe Native Americans existed, or what?
No,
what-
I don't.
what are you
I don't
talking
believe.
That's
no,
crazy.
I don't
All
believe
right.
in the Wendigos.
Were
Why?
you at a 4, bro? Like,
Yeah.
what did that?
He said
You heard
Algonquin.
Ojibwe or whatever.
Yeah, he said Algonquin, so I went from a 4 to like a -3.
Why?
I don't know, man. I just something about what that about that statement just made me
Not a credible
believe in 'em.
source. Not a
Not
credible
a real
It's
source.
credible
North
source to
American
me.
language group in like northern part of the United States, southern part Canada.
Like, if you
in
would
that
have said,
general
like,
area.
Creek, I would have been, like, on board. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, but Algonquin's where you draw the line.
yeah, you know.
Anyway,
So you're saying I wasn't off with the Minnesota state?
I don't know. Is Minnesota west or east?
What? You said north towards Canada.
Yeah, I get that, but like
Hang on,
west or east on the
It's
states.
the northest state you can.
I mean, it's
fucking
pretty
get.
much
I get that. Is it
touching-
northwest?
It's in the middle. It's in the
It's
middle.
in the middle, dog. It's literally
Okay, yeah, so
touching
Minnesota's
Canada.
pretty
They're
close,
holding
yeah.
hands.
Yeah, Minnesota's pretty close.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
What about Nebraska?
But,
How close was Nebraska?
I'm not good with geography.
Nebraska's, like, west.
Was that west?
hmm
I thought that was east.
Brother, you know what? Let's find out. Mhm.
I'm not anything like northern. I'm not like my geography is not good. Like if you give me like southern states, then
Yeah.
It's west.
Ah,
east.
It's pretty close to middle, though. It's not, like, far west. It's right under North and South Dakota.
Okay. Well, okay.
but what the Wendigo actually is, it's associated with like a fearsome beast or a humanoid or a spirit that possesses humans and turns them into cannibals. So that's one of the Indian origins, is that it could be a spirit that turns someone into a cannibal, or alternatively it could be someone that was like, I'll try human meat, and then they slowly turn more and more into a Wendigo. You see what I mean?
So it could be a cannibal. It could be somebody who already was kind of cannibalistic, like a person that was already cannibalistic, and then they
Well-
slowly become a Wendigo, or it could
Yes.
also be a spirit.
Yeah, it could be both. Like,
Huh.
that's the different, because the Algonquin tribes, that covers a huge variety of
Okay,
different cultures.
so to become a Wendigo, you just gotta be a cannibal. Or is it like you gotta be an evil cannibal? Like, what are we talking about? Like, we
I
talking
feel
about
like if you're a
I feel
cannibal,
like
you're
Dahmer
already
type
evil.
shit?
I feel
Yeah, I
like
think if you're already just eating people, you're
Well,
pretty evil.
there's some tribes that don't think it's evil to eat people, and so they
Oh,
believe
sure.
like when
There's
like
some
someone
tribes
dies,
that think it's
they
like
believe
super
that.
sacred.
Yeah, there's some places, some tribes that they believe if like they'd rather not
Morally, though,
waste.
would you lean on the side of, yeah, you could eat people sometimes, or
I mean,
you shouldn't eat people?
Not with my beliefs, but like there's the other people have other beliefs, There's a whole like third
But,
world
like-
tribe that's their thing. Like when someone dies, they eat the body because
Normally, would never talk down on someone's beliefs, but if you believe in eating people, like, come on.
I'm not saying I'm not
Little
saying
out
they're
there.
right.
Listen, I'm just saying like it's more or less like the reason they eat the bodies like when they die, unless it's like obviously some sort of disease, but if they eat the body when they die, they believe that person's giving back, and they're giving back to the land and the people and stuff like that so they don't feel like it's like wasteful to just bury the body. They eat the body.
Jerry just gave me some
Oh,
indigestion.
okay, that makes sense.
I don't know. I couldn't buy it. Like, I'm sure that it exists, but
I think for me, I think it's evil. Like, my mindset was like, they hunt people down and eat them. That's what's evil. But if you're saying it's like somebody that's passed away,
Yeah, it's a
then they
ritual
like,
for them. It's not.
yeah.
I
It's
still
still
think
weird
that
to me,
yeah,
but-
it would definitely be a strange concept to me. Like, oh, Grandpa died. Let's eat. Like-
Well, I mean, there's also places that eat horse. It really.
okay, but I'd so much sooner eat a horse than a dead person.
Because you don't believe in it. Yeah, but that's if you grew up, born and raised to a tribe that would eat people when they passed away, you
I
probably
get
wouldn't think
that.
much wrong with it though.
Nope,
Yeah.
totally 100% understand. If I grew up my whole life eating people, I wouldn't think much of it.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I'm trying to make a
Anyways.
point. I'm saying like I'm trying to like is it can you become a Wendigo just eating people or does it like have to be like an evil
Yeah.
intent behind it?
So no. There's two different like main origins from everywhere that I'm reading. Is someone becomes like they call it going Wendigo if you continuously eat people. I shit you not.
Okay, wait. Hold
Sounds
on.
like going goblin mode, bro. Going Wendigo mode, bro.
So there doesn't have to be any like ill intent behind it. If they eat people, then they slowly transform to Wendigo.
Every story that I've ever heard with like a Wendigo had like some kind of depravity behind it.
Really?
Like
I
like
haven't
it,
seen
like it's starting out with them like getting lost on a snowy mountain or something. One dude freezes to death and the other guy eats him.
Well, that's not
and he
really
had-
depravity. That's
Whoa! Listen. But then he just ends up like attacking other hikers and shit and eating them as well.
You know why?
And because he's hungry, bro.
He's
and then
going Wendigo.
Is he going Wendigo or is he just fucking hungry, bro?
Hey, okay, what would you do? It's the same thing with the skinwalkers. If you were out hiking alone in the middle of the woods at night on a mountain, and a dude bumps out like wow, and then like eats you,
Well, then
would
I'm
you be
dead.
like, well, yeah, what would you be thinking? Oh my god,
I mean, I think it's definitely going Wendigo mode, bro. Because think about it: if you see a hiker and you just ate one of your best pals, like you could be hungry, but you could also just ask for directions and then get home and get food. You know what I'm saying?
But alternatively, other origins is that it's an evil spirit that possesses someone to eat other humans.
Yeah, there you go. I
Yeah.
think it's going windy mode.
But what they actually look like, again, there's different origins of how they look, but like some of them are like an emaciated figure, so like very skinny and like ugly looking, with like ashen colored flesh, so like gray, just like hypothermia. Like, because it's usually in the cold areas that the Wendigo is supposed to be at. So it looks like they're hypothermic and cold as hell. But other people other people describe it as up to 15 feet tall.
What the fuck?
And
Give that man
grows
an NBA
larger.
contract, bro. Holy shit.
But up to 15 feet tall, where it grows larger the more people that it eats.
That's crazy.
So we could have like a fucking city-sized Wendigo.
Okay, but how do they die? Do they just die like if they don't eat anybody for a while?
So the only way that it says to that you could kill a Wendigo is by iron bullet or burning the heart. But only a shaman could do it because they have all the magic-y bits.
So, but
The
like
magic bits.
they would have to die naturally because if they just kept growing as they ate people,
I'm sure by, like,
then you would
starvation,
assume
probably.
that at some point you're going to see one that's like 50 feet tall, and that's pretty noticeable if you ask me.
Yeah,
Well,
bro.
yeah, if it keeps eating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like either maybe it dies naturally or it goes into hibernation. Who
But
knows?
also they're described as the Algonquin word for Wendigo is, and bear with me, Winnetekua.
Wow.
That's Algonquin.
Sounds-
Say that 3
fluent.
times fast.
He's
will not.
fluent.
But the way that a Wendigo looks is varied. Like some people say that it has like yellowed fangs and claws that are sharp, with like sunken, glowing eyes. It could be hairless or have fur. You know, that's up for debate by scholars.
Scholars said that?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, okay.
I heard Nostradamus say that shit one time, bro.
Yeah. But
Jesus actually
some
came
other.
down and told me that.
Now, the thing that was interesting that it's always in every culture, from what I'm seeing, it always smells like rotting flesh and it's usually detected by its odor. Like, so it could be around, and you'd be like, "Damn, it smells like shit out here."
And then get your shit got by Big
And
Dick
they got
Randy.
get ate, yeah. But
Yeah, it's wild.
yeah. Thoughts?
I mean,
I've got a lot of thoughts on that one.
yeah.
What, them smelling like shit, or?
That whole thing. So, okay. So you believe that the Wendigo is more believable than the Skinwalker? Is that correct?
For the reason that there's a study that was done a long time ago about the nutrients in human meat.
Mhm.
And if this is a creature that survives solely on human meat, there's not enough actual nutrients if you only ate human meat
Yeah, you
to
can't
keep
live
a
off that
person going as normal. So if you were to believe, say, the Wendigos start by eating human meat and not possessed, it could easily deform them and make them go crazy by only consuming human meat.
Okay.
That's why I
That's
find
also
it.
the standpoint that I have. Actually,
Yeah.
that's my reasoning too.
Yeah, I find it much
don't
more
believe-
believable.
I don't believe the whole 15-foot tall antler head.
Yeah, well, that.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
See, that's my thing. The 15-foot tall, and it continues to grow as it eats. That part,
Like I said, there's so that could be more on the like, oh, don't you eat your humans or you'll see
Yeah.
a big 15-foot monster. Like,
I just feel like
You'll
it could be
become.
more seated in reality than what the folklore makes it sound. You know?
yeah, like because with skinwalkers, it's more of a mythological being, but a Wendigo could be like a warning of eating human meat. You know what I mean?
It really,
So, go ahead.
it really just could be anybody, bro. It could be fucking my boy, fucking Randall, sitting in the fucking woods, sees a hiker and is like, stabby, stab, stab, eat, 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 eat. He's fucking
Your boy?
Minecraft. You know what I'm saying?
That's your boy though.
I mean, he was.
Not anymore. I mean,
not anymore.
Yeah,
Like-
but
So a Wendigo could pretty much just be a person that's gone crazy from eating too much human.
they're going Wendigo.
Yeah, like what if
They're
like,
going Wendigo.
like what if it was just
So
a
it's
motherfucker?
like a medical term. It's just going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, what
kinda.
if a motherfucker
Okay.
like went into the woods and just was like killed a deer and ate a deer and was like, that's not satisfying. I really
Well-
like a human. So he took the fucking deer skull, planted that shit on his face, and was like, now we're lit.
Now we're lit.
You're going windy mode, bro.
Do you guys remember the story of that guy who attacked a woman in Florida a few years back
Bath
and like
salts?
ate her face?
Because he was on meth.
Bath
Bath
salts.
salts.
Bath
Yeah.
Bath salts.
Bath
It was
salts.
bath salts.
So just do you think now?
He was going Wendy mode.
No, he was not going Wendy. He was just high on fucking bath salts. Do you think that could have been a thing like years ago, whenever the Wendigo was said to have?
I don't know. Did they have bath salts?
They had
don't know.
peyote.
Yeah, I mean they had
They did have
some
peyote.
sort of drug.
They ate the fuck out some peyote.
Like, do you think that maybe they were like, oh hell yeah, I'm high as shit right now. Let me just see what human tastes like.
Hey bro, let me snack on your face. What?
So there's stories of like some people in Native American tribes would use that as like an excuse, or like saying, if you wanted to eat his family, they'd be like, oh my god, a Wendigo possessed me. Like there's a case in 1879 where a Cree hunter named Swift Runner claimed a Wendigo spirit entered his dreams and told him to eat his family. So he was tried for murder, and he was
I mean,
found pretty
naturally,
guilty. And
Sound like Homeboy
he
just
was
had a
hanged for his
nightmare.
crimes.
Good.
You said he was hanged for his crimes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sounds like you just had a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, when you turn your family into breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I mean, I think it don't matter who possessed you. You're going to jail.
Yeah, you're going to jail, buddy. You're gonna have to pay for that
But
one.
I mean, there's more cases that I'm reading about right now in 1907, so about 30, 40 years later, in the Sandy Lake First Nation community in northern Ontario. There was a tribal shaman named Jack Fiddler and his brother Joseph Fiddler were charged with the murder of Jack's daughter, who they strangled to prevent her from becoming possessed by a Wendigo. Where they drew that connection is beyond me, but they had a strong feeling she was going Wendigo mode.
Yeah, I would say I'm a believer of the Wendigos, just because I think it's just some person in the woods wearing a deer skull.
Just one dude.
It's like
Just one
Shaquille
guy.
O'Neal or something, just wearing a deer skull, bro.
It's just
Like, out
one
there.
guy. He's just out there
One
all by
guy.
himself. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna
And he-
get their ass.
Like he passes on the tradition to his sons or something.
Yeah.
So
He's
this
like,
is
you gotta
family
protect the
tree.
forest. If you see anybody in the forest, kill them. Eat them.
But see,
the forest, eat them.
the thing about Wendigos, I believe that it's mainly a folklore kind of story saying if you eat humans, this is what's going to happen to you, kind of thing.
It's crazy that they had to come up with a story to tell people, hey, don't fucking eat humans.
Well, like Trip said, there's a bunch of people that just live in that life, man. Like, they just be like, Grandpa just passed, gonna have a fucking 5-star meal right now.
It's just crazy to me. They're just like,
There's still a lot of like tribes that we haven't made contact with that's what they do. They just eat people, man.
You talking about the ones that speak in Capuchin monkey?
Hey,
Uh,
what?
What?
I'm dead ass serious. Like,
wait, what?
They
I
make
think you're
monkey
onto
sounds
something.
to fucking communicate with each other when they don't want people to hear them.
They do. They swear to God they do.
Interesting.
No, but there's one of the there was one guy who would he went over to try to make friends with this tribe, and he was never seen again.
Oh,
So
Oh
Hang on,
yeah,
let me
because
find
they
that-
ate him. He was a journalist. I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
they straight up
yeah,
hate his
yeah.
ass.
yeah.
Hang on, let me look up a picture real quick and find.
there's actually a hold on. What are you looking up, Logan?
I'm looking
Is it
up
about the tribe?
No, it's a picture of a plane that tried to contact one of the
Oh,
of
yeah,
the tribes.
that's interesting. But another way that people describe Wendigo is not more of a humanoid or spirit, it's a psychosis kind of thing. To where they don't want to eat other forms of food, they just want to eat people. And it's like a brain thing going on.
Yeah.
So Wendigos are just, they could be mentally ill people.
Yeah, it could be mentally ill people, it could be a spirit that possessed them to make them eat something, or eat someone, rather. It could be someone curiously tried human meat, and they're like, damn, this shit good, and then kept doing it,
They're
and
just
became
like,
crazy from it.
you know what? I want to know what the fuck a human tastes like.
Yeah, well, I mean, people do that shit. Not,
Yeah.
I mean,
Apparently, it
weirdos,
tastes
but...
weed.
Yeah?
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer wrote a book.
Did you read that? Like, is
No,
that...
no, I just heard excerpts from it and shit.
Okay.
But y'all see that picture I posted of that plane that tried to contact that tribe?
Yeah. That thing looks crazy. That's
Yeah, all those arrows?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's the basics of the Wendigo. I have a few Reddit stories. You know, the most
Credible source.
exactly credible source. Now, I will say I skim read these, so bear with me on here. But, should I put on a voice?
I mean,
A voice?
are you gonna voice the Wendigo, or are you gonna voice the people?
Voice the people, because whenever you read the Skinwalkers, it sounded like an excerpt out of a fan fiction.
Hey, dude. Hey, I have a really good question.
Yeah.
So, if it's the person, right? It's the person who's like, I guess going crazy or whatever, and they're going Wendigo. Do do they change physically? Like, is that
Yeah,
part of, and they start to
so-
smell like shit?
Yeah, so that's where my kind of take on it, where the people are describing all these different forms, is that I think that, say if it was someone possessing, the body can't survive on the nutrients of human meat. That was a study that was done.
Yeah.
And if that's solely what they eat, it could easily deform someone's physical
malnourish somebody.
appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So they'll be
malnourish them, make them look freaky.
Yeah.
So, and like Wendigos are often described by not even having lips. They're like eaten off from the Wendigo eating them. So it's just like gum and teeth all right there.
That's disgusting. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean that's why I'm high up there on the list.
I'm believing more and more, because I have actually heard, like, so there are people, like, in today's society, like they're like influencers and things like that, who are on like a carnivore diet, so like they just eat meat, but they don't, not obviously not humans, but they eat like raw beef and things like that. And I don't know for sure, because I ain't never been around them, but it's been reported that they started to not smell great after being on this diet. So hearing like the fact that
They smell like shit.
yeah, they don't smell very good, and correlating it to only eating meat. Hang on, I'm actually really curious.
I mean, yeah, because if you eat a fuck ton of meat, you get like the meat sweats,
Ooh.
which I'm sure you don't smell good after that.
Especially if you're trolloping around in the jungle all day.
Probably.
Yeah. What else you gonna do when you look that way? You all limber and shit, skinny as hell.
Yeah, you high stepping for sure.
Ain't no step too high for a high stepper.
That's his motto.
But this Reddit story I've been reading while we were just talking,
wait.
it's pretty interesting.
So this is someone who's on the carnivore diet, and they said, almost 2 weeks into carnivore, I have noticed that I'm having to reapply a deodorant frequently. It's not terrible, but like my natural body odor when I sweat, but having to cover the smell with deodorant a couple times a day. Is this normal during transition, or am I possibly doing something or not doing something to cause this? And somebody replied that they have less body odor now, but that was like 3 years after the fact than whenever they first started.
Holy shit.
And whenever they first started, that's actually that's part of like the first phase of being on the carnivore diet. And then someone else also said that you're still very much in the period where your body is healing and will be releasing stored toxins. And so that's actually why they start to smell different, is because your body's releasing a bunch of toxins per se.
I
But
got
then
you.
like it gets less over time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's dots
I'm on-
are connecting in my brain.
I'm on
Alright,
board. I'm on board with the scientific when going Wendigo. I don't think I'm on board with like the whole with the whole like 15, 20 foot tall monster thing, but
Yeah, not me either. The physical aspect of it, like that, no, thank you. I don't think that's right. But
like
like
a
I said-
malnourished human who starts to smell bad because they're starting to eat people.
and they're
I'm
going
with
a bit crazy because their body can't survive just on human meat.
Well,
But that's
that-
all they want to eat.
I've also heard that human meat just makes you go crazy. Like it hang on.
Does it? I mean, I
Yeah,
didn't-
that's also what I've heard. That like people who eat human meat, like start. There's something about it that makes like
Oh,
It's
this
called
is strangely.
It's called Kuru, and it's also known as the laughing sickness due to the pathologic bursts of laughter, which are a symptom of the disease.
The Joker?
We'll start a
Not
sub series called Factor Cap, and we'll try it out.
Yeah, don't they like laugh themselves to death?
Yeah, so a strain, let me see. I'm reading about so once symptoms actually set in, it was a swift demise for people who ended up getting this illness, which the disease called Kuru or Kuru, I'm not 100% sure. It means shivering or trembling, and people, I guess, laugh a lot. First, they'd have trouble walking, and that was a sign they were about to lose control over their limbs. They'd also lose control over their emotions, which is why people called it the laughing death. Within a year, they couldn't get up off the floor, feed themselves, or control their bodily functions after getting this disease. And that's caused from eating, after eating, humans.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all of this is pointing to why I think, especially during the time period that it was the Native Americans in, like, early 1800s talking about Wendigos. They didn't have access to mental health
They're
and
pretty
stuff.
superstitious.
Yeah, so
Kuru is actually it's a very rare disease, and it is caused by an infectious protein found in contaminated human brain tissue. So you can only get it from eating, like, the human brain.
I mean,
Interesting.
okay, so this is gonna be a little bit off topic. Did I ever tell y'all my restaurant idea?
Oh, this is a great way to start
geez.
that.
Yeah, I don't know if dude, this is
No. Okay, hear me out. It'll make so much money and
Oh god.
Be
I remember
good.
this.
okay. So the name could use a little work, but calling it like Dahmer's.
I don't think you can
Right.
do that. You can't
no.
do that. That's
No.
I
illegal.
would not.
Hear me out. Get one of those private islands, right? Just acquire one.
It's just
And
Simply acquire a private island. Okay.
yeah.
Mm.
So you only do it once every few years, but you only allow like billionaires in, to where because people say billionaires
I don't think I like this
are
idea.
crazy. No, hear me out. So every once in a while, say there's someone medically dying, to where they're terminal, they're gonna die. They could donate their body to the restaurant, right? And you charge these billionaires a fuck ton of money so they could try human meat, and then you donate that money to hospitals.
That's highly
To
fucking
treat.
illegal. You can't do that.
Well, I know you can't. It's not like I'm gonna go tomorrow to get my license. Like, but I mean, think about it.
I am thinking
I don't know about that one, guy.
Just call it Mr. Meaties, bro.
Oh, that show. Ugh. Now, I mean,
Even like fun fact, this was from my time working haunted houses, and we were trying to come up with ideas for like other cool stuff that we could do, and we wanted to open up a restaurant, and one of the ideas was to make it, nasty, gross, scary movie themed, and to have items on the menu like human fingers, and you serve like chicken fingers or whatever the fuck. So the health department actually told us that we can't do that. They were like, yeah, you cannot do that. Like, that is not fucking legal, apparently. Or no, not the health department. The city said that we couldn't do that. They were
you
like,
couldn't serve food.
that we couldn't even name it, fucking human fingers
Oh,
or anything like that. Like, you can't. Apparently, that was just what they.
see, that's why you go on a private island.
Tyler.
Point.
Private islands still have rules, buddy.
I mean, what are they
Not
gonna
if it's in sovereign waters.
See?
Hey,
See?
man, y'all are crazy. I
Hey,
don't
bro.
know.
If you
Dude, all the
guys could-
proceeds go to paying the
No, no, yeah,
chef.
like the idea, like
The idea is great,
reason
man.
for it is great, but like,
the
It's
actual
really
act. Tyler,
I mean-
are you gonna cut up a human and just be like, all right, guys, here's
No.
some food?
I couldn't do it.
Are you gonna be all right with that moral burden of knowing that you're having a
If
dead
the
human?
person agrees to it. They have to sign like forms and waivers and shit. Like,
They're dead.
if-
How are they gonna do that?
before they die. If they're terminal, they're like, hey, like they're gonna die.
Yeah,
like,
but
in a year.
Who's gonna
This sounds-
agree to that?
Yeah, this
Even
is
if
not
they're dying,
sounding like a good
like-
idea.
Hey, I don't know. Someone might be like, yeah, fuck it, you know.
This sounds like a horrible idea.
Hey, you could raise millions, if not
Gonna
billions.
suck ass when you roll them into the meat locker and they see all the corpses. They're like, "Wait, I changed my mind." You're like, "Oh, sucks
Well,
for
that's why you don't do
signed
it.
the fucking waiver, bro."
That's why you don't do it before. Like you have to wait till they're dead.
Yeah,
to put
you
them in the
roll
meat
them
locker.
in there. There's just a whole bunch of people hanging. They're just like, bro, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Ah, well, too late, bud.
Ah, too late.
Sorry
It's
about it.
Legally
Sign the
binding.
form. Legally binding contract. Just wave it in his face.
Yeah, dude, you can't fucking do that.
No. Like if you raise okay, so like I said, you only do it like once every couple years,
Uh huh.
and it's only the elite that want to eat people.
If I rob a bank and I give
Yeah.
all the money from that bank to a hospital or a charity or anything like that, it is still highly fucking illegal.
But here's the problem.
Uh-huh.
Morally, you gotta hear me out on the whole thing.
Okay.
Morally, robbing the bank is a little bit worse solely because that affects everyone,
It
the
doesn't.
everyman's money. Yeah, it does.
It doesn't.
Banks are only federally insured for a certain amount.
Up to
So if you
$250,000.
How
Yeah,
many
if you rob
people
more
do
than
you,
that.
How many fucking people do you know that have $250,000 in a bank account right now?
5. I know 5 people.
You know, 5?
No,
I
because like
can't name them, but I'm sure if I look
it
around.
fucks with the people's
I know a couple
like,
people.
it affects the I'm not going in. We're not doing this. Anyways, what we're talking about Wendigos.
I'm about eating people at this
Yeah,
point.
we're talking about eating people, and you wanted to open a restaurant on an island where
Hey, I
billionaires
wouldn't
can
cook.
go
You know
try
what's
people.
crazy? He said
What?
this right after like being like how morally wrong it is to eat people,
Right?
and
Go
how like
Oh, it is so morally wrong to eat people.
absolutely
Hey guys,
not.
by the way, do you think it'd be
Here's
cool to like
No,
open a
okay.
restaurant where people eat other dead people? Think that would be
Well, here's
fun?
the thing. Here's the
But
thing.
only the elite.
Here's the thing.
Only the elite.
If the person was like, yeah, you know, I mean, you gotta sign up to be an organ donor. What if instead of, you know,
Yeah, but
saving
that actually
lives-
normally-
helps people.
Yeah, but normally organs go to people who need it, not some motherfucker's rich ass mouth. I'm just
Like nobody's donating their fucking kidney to some rich
Hey.
man who's like, I think I'm gonna try to eat this guy.
I would
I-
$500,000. I'd give him my kidney.
All right, can we talk about Wendigos again? I'm
Yeah.
starting to get a little sick.
Hey, Logan, I'm with you. But anyways, so this story is by Personal Pomelo, 8703.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Pomelo.
Hello.
So it's talking about whenever he was 17. So he used to stay the night at his friend's house a lot in high school because his relationship with his parents were pretty rocky. Every once in a while, they would both wake up to hearing a dragging and weird gargling sound from the back porch. So
Hey,
his
hang
room.
On a second.
What?
Just hang on.
we're in the middle of a podcast, dude.
Yeah, we're doing shit, man. What was so important?
I had to
They
turn
had to
my
interrupt
bathroom.
story time.
I had to turn my bathroom light on. I thought I saw something in my bathroom and it scared the shit out of me.
Freaking out.
While I was explaining gargling and dragging noises.
Yeah, that was weird.
But the room that they were in was a basement room with a window to like the back porch. And it happened as frequently as like a couple times a month. But they, of course, would never check. And if they did, there was nothing there. So, the night that he's talking about, though, him and his friends were getting ready to move, and they're gonna stay up all night, play games, and watching movies. But they decided to go on a music drive to just vibe, quotes directly from the story. So they hopped in the truck with the high beams and they swung out the driveway. But the light, whenever they turned onto the driveway, showed it looked like a person, but it wasn't. It was naked on all fours, abnormally large. Its limbs seemed to fold under itself in an unnatural way. Its pale skin clung to it, like it had been stretched out. But the most predominant feature was the face. Its jaw hung open, like a snake unhinging its jaw to eat. And you know how whenever deer look in the headlights and they like glow, the eyes?
Yeah.
That's the normal eyes that it was talking about. And then the story just goes that they said fuck that, went back inside with guns and waited.
This sounds an awful lot like The Rake.
It does, right?
Sounds a lot like The Rake, yeah.
The
Like
Rake
that-
is a fun one.
Like that image sounds a lot like what is typically described as a rake.
A lot of Wendigo stories, it's depicted, it looks just like the fucking rake.
Interesting.
It could. Well, I mean, the Rake is a creepypasta. It could be derived from Wendigos.
Yeah.
True.
Because Wendigos isn't a creepypasta, it's folklore.
Yeah. Yep. Because the rake is a monster in the online horror fiction genre creepypasta. It is depicted as unusually tall, hairless, pale, humanoid creature who generally crouches or crawls on all fours.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly like what you just described. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody
I mean,
literally heard about a fucking Wendigo. Was like, I'm gonna make something.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna make something.
Hey, bro, copy my homework, but don't make it obvious.
But yeah, thoughts. What do y'all think about? I closed out the page, but I think it's like Pamela's story.
That
Pamela's.
sounds scary as fuck.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
if I was quote unquote going on a music trip to vibe, and I saw that shit,
I wouldn't be vibing.
I would not be vibing
yeah,
very hard.
the vibe's ruined. Like, oh, you threw off my groove.
Dude, that would like. I'm just trying to imagine going outside and getting in my car, and turning on the headlights, and there's just some fucking creature.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I would shit my fucking pants. Like no joke. Dude,
Yeah.
I was coming home from the gym the other night, and there was a goddamn deer in my backyard, and it like I could only see the eyes, and I freaked me
Dude,
out.
deer in general, just they're weird.
Yeah.
Because I mean, aren't they prone to getting like something going on with their brain to where like they stand on their hind legs or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a parasitic disease.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I mean, I know it's a problem like up north and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's not really much of a
Where
problem
all
down
the
here.
Wendigos and skinwalkers are crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. You know, pro tip: probably don't live up north. Is what it sounds like.
That's
Dude,
the actual reason why I moved down south.
I was reading stories about like the Appalachian Mountains, and some of the stories that are up there, like everyone is like, if you don't live here already, don't.
Is it? It's one of the big cats. It's like a cougar, bobcat, one of those, or
It's a
panther.
big old bobcat.
Or panther, to where like their screams sound like a human scream.
A bobcat.
Yeah,
Is that a
bobcats do
bobcat?
Yeah, it's a
Don't they?
bobcat.
Isn't it the baby noise? Like one of them makes like baby noise, like baby
Oof.
crying.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about
I've
that
heard
one.
that. I can't remember what it was, but
Yeah.
I've heard it before. I've literally heard it, and I was like, "Is there a child? Like, what is going on?"
There's one that sounds like a
What is
woman
the baby
screaming.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just can't remember which one exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
I
fuck,
think that's
dude.
I think that's a panther. I think.
Yeah.
If I go hiking and I hear a woman screaming,
I'm leaving.
nope.
I'm
I
not.
really don't, to be honest.
I'm not.
I'm going. I better have a gun at least, because fuck that. Like,
I'm not hunting for shit. The only thing I'm hunting for is my car.
yeah,
like,
I'm leaving. That's actually really freaky to me. Like big cats.
Yeah, big cats, dude. If you think you're gonna
Yeah.
get run up on by a big cat, stay away from trees.
Do Wendigos make noises? Like, is that something that they do other than the weird gurgling noises?
I think they scream.
I think they scream too, but it's nothing like crazy. They don't have like a distinct noise. The main way that people are like, oh shit, that's a Wendigo, is the smell. Like you smell it before you see it or hear it.
That's
Like,
crazy.
bang.
I don't know,
Like they
dude.
just got done with 7th grade gym and put on like a whole thing of Axe deodorant. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
they smell horrible.
What if that's like the weakness to like a Wendigo? Like if one runs up on you, you just pull out your fucking body spray and start lighting it up, and it just starts like melting.
Well, see, so that is not that exactly, but one of the ways to kill it is by burning its heart.
How am I supposed to get to his heart?
Hey,
You
man,
just
I don't know
reach
what
in
to
and
tell
you grab it and you pull it out.
I'm not the one. I didn't make. I didn't kill a Wendigo. I can't
With a
tell you.
cigarette lighter.
Well, I
I'm
thought
supposed to be like Johnny Cage when I meet this motherfucker. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I thought Ty said earlier that you have to be a shaman to do that.
yeah. You have to be a shaman, so you can't do it. But if your buddy, the shaman, can.
if I run up on one, I'm legally a shaman at that moment.
What if I take
Legally.
online? What if I take online shaman classes? Huh?
Tell
How to
Wendigo
become a
stop real
shaman,
quickly and look
101.
up on my phone how to become a shaman.
Shaman for dummies.
For only $2.99, I'll show you how to be a shaman in just 4 classes.
And you can also shoot them with what? You said an iron bullet?
Iron bullets.
Yeah, it was like.
What are
let me
bullets
find
made
it
out of
again.
now?
It depends on the brand.
I have to find it again, but there's like multiple different things like iron, burning its heart. Oh yeah, so using either a silver, steel, or iron bullet or a dagger. So if you have silver, steel, iron dagger, that works as well. But in other legends, it claims that the only way to kill it is to cut out the heart and melt it by burning it in a fire.
Bro, how the fuck are you gonna just cut a heart out of a Wendigo?
Tie that
You gotta
bitch
hit
down.
that
Knock
bitch
it
over,
out.
like hit it over the head with a skillet or something, like bing.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, it also has super strength and speed.
Thanks
Yeah.
for that.
just letting you know. So if you already thought that it was impossible to cut out its heart and burn it, well, there you go.
So
Good luck.
not only does it smell like
that.
shit,
Yeah.
but it can run really fast.
And it can climb too.
Yep, they could climb.
Nice.
It
Dude.
climb hella good.
So
Just
Yeah.
don't live in the north. That's how you escape it.
They haven't seen me climb yet.
Are you gonna outrun a Wendigo or
I'm
outclimb?
climbing. What's he gonna do? Climb faster than me?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bad Back. You think you're gonna climb better than this guy?
Hey, brother, I'm saying you could be the best climber in the world. There's someone above you kicking you in the fucking forehead. You're not climbing very fast. You know, you're
Hey,
gonna be like, this is gonna be you. This is gonna be you right here. This is gonna be you. You're gonna eat every single one of them damn kicks, bro.
Oh, there are some people that they believe to be more likely, the people that believe in the spirit possession origin, that there are some people that are more susceptible to it.
Mm.
So if you're more greedy or gluttonous, or on the opposite end, if you're suffering from hunger or starvation,
You just gotta be a
So-
happy medium.
yeah, you just gotta be a happy
Yeah.
medium. That's
Fuck.
crazy.
you gotta
Like-
teeter the line. Like you can't be greedy, you can't be gluttonous, but if you're starving, you're also
But if
fucked.
you're struggling, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So just don't go to the north. Fine.
Yeah, just don't live up north in the cold. Like, that seems to be where they're always at. All these crazy monsters and shit, they just seem to be up north.
Yeah, it seemed like
My
all the
sink just turned
creatures.
on.
Huh?
What did?
My sink just turned on.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
That's nice.
It
You
seems
got
like all
some
the
ass shit going on in there.
Dude, I've had some
Yeah.
weird shit going on today.
no, but it seems like all the creatures that are like like outside and stuff are all like northern creatures, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you start getting to like haunted like houses and stuff like that, it's more. I feel like more like down south and like more around here, but then like or like maybe more west, but like all north. Don't go outside. Just stay.
Yeah, just
inside.
don't. Like, it seems like you're fucked wherever you go. If you go up north. What's the, is there any, like, monster that off the top of your dome could think of that's in the south?
Yeah, in Florida, there's the
Not including Florida.
what?
Yeah, Florida doesn't count, bro.
The
Yeah,
fuck-
Florida's-
What do you mean?
Florida's-
That's way south. What do you mean?
That's the Australia of America. We don't...
Well, skinwalkers are south. They're just more western
Eastern? Because Appalachia?
and
Yeah,
western.
They follow the Appalachians, so
They
they
follow the
technically.
Appalachians, but they're also in the
It's pretty much everywhere, though.
in like the
Every region.
shit. What is it called? Hang on. It was in my notes from the first episode. Let me pull it up. In the like Skinwalker Ranch, that's New Mexico. That's southern.
That is pretty southern.
Yeah.
But isn't that place
northeastern
just all about,
Arizona,
like, researching shit?
southeastern Utah, Montana? There's like chupacabras and shit in Mexico.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of different shit like that down here. It's just we don't think about it.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to. We're only 3 episodes into this series.
Yeah, true.
I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, all the stories you hear from creatures, it's always like, even like I feel like most of Skinwalker stories were from up north.
Appalachian Mountains more so than
Yeah.
anywhere else. I just feel like that's
Wait.
because there's more mystery to it. There's more woods. There's more. Whereas like where we're at, there's not like there's woods, but most of it's flat land. It's open. Like we can see from. I can see from fucking my house all the way to the next town over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like the trees hold a lot of mystery. I feel like down here is more focused around like actual ghosts and paranormal like more paranormal entities rather than the supernatural entities, if that makes sense.
Dude, I thought
I
I was
got you.
gonna get hopped on by a skinwalker or some shit in the woods one time. I was going out to check a trap behind my house whenever I used to live up in Wilcox, you know?
Your skinwalker trap? Or, like, what?
No, dude, I
Skinwalker trap?
I was trying to catch raccoons, and I just kept catching possum. But I was going back there, and I walked past this bush, man, and this bush started rustling like there was a person inside of this motherfucker. Like it made me shit on myself. I
mean,
pointed
there
a
could have been
gun
up
at
there
it.
Wilcox.
And yeah, no, I fucking
there's
pointed a
some
gun
freaks.
at it and a flashlight at it, and a little fucking armadillo just walks out of the bush. I straight up about shit on myself over an armadillo.
Dude, armadillos suck. I don't like armadillos.
They make too much
They're
goddamn
assholes.
noise, and when you scare
They
them, they
hiss.
jump. They jump like a cat does.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
They are hard. I tried to kill one before with a baseball bat and it dodged everything.
Dakota did.
I sure did.
He
No,
beat
like-
the fuck out of one.
I swung at this bitch and it jumped like Dakota or like Logan said, and then it was running. It was getting it, son. And I chunked the bat at it, and it proceeded to just hop over the son of a bitch and then go under a deck. It was crazy.
The day that Trip got foiled by an armadillo.
Yeah. It pissed me off. I ain't gonna cap.
So now,
But-
like after talking about the Wendigo, like I was at probably like a 3 or a 4 before. I'm kind of like at a 7 or 8 now. I think I'm kind of, well, not fully, because I'm only on board with the more scientific side of it, not like the
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, that's
because
That's
I
why I
believe...
stuck at it. Ain't.
I don't believe, like, the spirit possessed someone to do it. That's just one of the origins. But, yeah, I'm probably right around there, like, whenever I started as well, like, around an 8. Like, because all the points are adding up
yeah.
to where it could easily be a thing.
Well, and see, like going back to like the smell thing, back then when Wendigos were first like created or whatever you want to say, like the legend of the Wendigo was first started.
Yeah.
Like they did not fucking know that if you eat people, or
that
just
it's
raw
wrong,
meat
or
in
it'll go
general.
wrong.
Well, not only that, but like if you just eat raw meat in general, that you'll start to smell weird.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know that. They
Yeah.
knew that at a certain point they started smelling something bad, and then this weird creature thing was around, and they associated it with the same thing. And Wendigos are said to eat only meat, so
And that's
it's
kind
just-
of crazy.
yeah.
Because back then, the smell just probably wasn't good in general.
Yeah,
And
didn't
for
have deodorant
that,
back
for
then.
the smell,
they didn't have deodorant back then. So,
I would imagine.
but at the same time, so I don't know for sure, but like you're like a human being, right? When you sweat and things like that, if you don't use deodorant, if you've never used deodorant, your body has never gotten used to that chemical of deodorant. So you don't smell as bad
I don't know,
as
man.
somebody who has used deodorant.
That's
I'm serious. It's some weird chemical thing with your body. I don't know.
Well, some people don't smell at all, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's a gene.
So
Well, I'm pissed at my jeans, goddamn.
for
Like,
people
Yeah.
back then to be like, man, that smells even worse than it already
yeah,
does.
that's what I was saying. Like, this right here smells fucking horrible, whereas everything else smells just bad in general. That's kind of crazy. That must be a fucking horrid smell.
Yeah.
But there's also a thing. The same thing with like hair. Like if you don't wash your hair for a long period of time, the grease will naturally like leave, and it'll be all natural, and it'll look like you washed it like every day.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to do that.
Well, that's obviously not, because we're used to having running water, and we can take a shower pretty much any day that we want. So
Yeah.
at any point in time, so that like the idea of like a shower is just normal to us, whereas back then that was a little bit different.
Yeah. Trip, Chloe, where do you think y'all are on about the Wendigo?
I think I agree with I don't really believe the spirit thing. I mean, I guess I'm not convinced on it. I don't want to say I don't believe, but I'm just not
Yeah.
convinced. But the whole, just possibly just people not mentally there due to eating human beings and it becoming like the Wendigo. I would say I'm like a 9 out of 10.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like an 8.
Oh, this is the first one that Trip is up there.
Just because like same thing with what Dakota said. Like it just like the scientific.
It makes
part of
sense.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
It checks all the boxes. Like all the cross references make sense.
That's
Like we're
why.
all pretty much on the same page.
Yeah, that's why I love the Wendigo so much. Is that it could easily be real, and that's what makes it more freaky in my mind. Is that if fucking little Tommy boy decided to eat his father one day, he'd go crazy and start eating more people. Like,
Yeah.
So question. So do you believe in the actual monster, or do you believe that it's just a human being who's just
I don't
lost,
I don't
lost
think-
his fucking marbles?
If I was rating it on the monster, I'm still at 0. Like it's
yeah,
Yeah,
because the
same.
15 foot, like up to
No,
15 feet tall,
No, not
like
the 15-foot thing. Like,
I think it's more delirium than anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
I mean, to be honest, I feel like if you survive a Wendigo attack, you're not thinking straight at that moment. You're watching your buddy get eaten,
yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a chance that you're probably bloodied up too. Like, you're fucking freaking out. Everything's a blur, and chances are, after you survive, you're gonna be like that. Part of that memory is gonna be blacking out left and right. You're gonna try to, so traumatic that you're just blacking it out. So,
Try to fill the
There's-
dots.
yeah, you gotta fill in the gaps.
Yeah,
Try to
I
make it work.
think that it's not a monster per se. It turns into a monster because it comes from a human being, right? But it slowly devolves into kind of like a monstrous being with the health issues of only eating human meat. If they crave human meat, they could eat their lips if they wanted to. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
like
I
I
think-
just think.
I think
At that point,
we covered it before. Like if you eat only human meat, you're gonna be looking a little weird, right?
yeah,
Especially like the smell of death and stuff like that, right? Because chances are these motherfuckers ain't showering. All right, they
Yeah,
probably
they-
they probably like door dashing that shit to their front door, eating it, getting all the blood all over them, and then just be like, all right, on to the next
they're
victim.
door
You know.
dashing straight from Dahmer's, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, they're just out there eating and getting blood all over them, bro. So chances are they don't even like have like their skin's not even like really showing because they're covered in like old blood and stuff. So you look at it and you're like, he smells like death. He kind of looks like death. The motherfucker's death, you know?
Yeah,
Okay, so,
So-
yeah.
another question, just so, because we've had well documented cannibals like Jeffrey Dahmer, but he was not a Wendigo.
But he was also very smart.
You're saying
I don't
Wendigos
think-
have to be dumb?
No, I'm saying more like he.
Well, also the difference between with Jeffrey Dahmer is he wasn't desperate. He was curious.
Yeah, and he was also. I don't really know how to describe it. He was like a different kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he already was fucked up mentally.
Yeah. But like he wasn't by any means desperate.
I mean,
he didn't have to eat anybody. He was
I'd
like, I wonder what
personally
meat
call-
tastes like.
I'd call him a monster. Like
Yeah.
I'd call
I
Jeffrey
mean,
Dahmer
yeah, he's a monster,
monster.
but like on a not like a real like looking 15-foot tall monster, you know.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
So,
He's a monster, but on a different spectrum.
I don't think it's that. Once the second you eat human meat, oh my god, you're gonna turn into a Wendigo.
Oh, and
I think
Wendigo.
that's the going Wendy mode. I think that's the superstition part of it,
yeah.
where it
Yeah.
to stray old folk tales, like stray people away from trying human meat.
Yeah, I think it all started with like, you know, just some motherfucker that lived in the woods and didn't like people coming up to his property, and he would just fucking
ate
kill them and eat them, you know. And back then, like we talked about, you know, showers weren't a real like big thing back then. It was deodorant and stuff like that. So this motherfucker just wore his battle scars, like wore his trophies, you know.
Eating
Like-
ass and smoking grass, baby.
And so like then like it became a thing. It was like, hey, don't go in the woods, and like, you know, they named the motherfucker Wendigo or something, you know. And
Yeah.
that way, like, it wasn't even like a little fairy tale. It was just like to tell you,
And
your
you
kids,
just stay away
hey,
from that guy.
hey, don't go in the woods. Y'all motherfuckers gonna get eaten, and I ain't coming. I'm not helping you. Like, if you go out there, like, that motherfucker's got a musket. Like, we ain't challenging him.
He has a cannon right now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So- The actual word Wendigo in, is it Ojibwe?
Yeah.
Ojibwe? The term is defined as a winter cannibal monster.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the Algonquin worm and an evil spirit.
Which
I have a
also,
question.
Yeah.
So, I don't really know the whole story of Jeffrey Dahmer. I just kind of know like bits and pieces. Wasn't he like addicted? Like, isn't it like an addictive thing? Like, once you eat humans, some people can get addicted to it.
yeah,
I would imagine because it's such a taboo.
it's kind of like it's
Yeah.
kind of like smoking weed. There's no addictive personalities in like weed at all, but like, or nothing addictive in smoking weed. But you know, it's cool,
Someone
it's
could
illegal.
still get addicted to smoking
Yeah.
weed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was
Like,
thinking, because my mindset is, what if these people that like were cannibals, right? They ate a human, they liked it, they eventually became like, it was addicting enough where they went crazy on top of eating human. So
Yeah.
that's why it was like people who were seeing these like crazy things and like monster like things is because it's just like some guy who's like cracked out, right? Because
Yeah, exactly.
he really wants like what he wants, you know, and he can only do it one way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know,
Yeah.
just thoughts.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
there's plenty of like stories you could say, or like excuses you can make, you know, to be like that describes it, you know, Wendigo and stuff.
mhm.
Like old Farmer John didn't like people on his property, you know, so he just started killing.
Oh, he
meat.
ate him.
Yep. And then there's, you know, Chloe's story. Like, I mean, you could describe him. I don't think it was an actual monster. I think it was just like a human, you know, who didn't take care
I
of himself
think-
hygienically.
Yeah, I think it's a person that devolved into a monster.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that makes
From-
sense.
my thing is, if it was just a human being, then why is it portrayed as this creature with its jaws like falling off, and
Okay.
it's
I
on
mean-
all fours, and it's bent
I mean,
weird, like
Because
Probably
it-
like
peop-
the snowball effect kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
it's like
You know?
playing telephone. Like one person heard like, "Hey man, this dude looks like really fucking skinny and gross because he ate a
Mhm.
lot of people,"
well, it's not
and
even.
then people personify it into
It
Yeah,
could,
and
like-
also like the
Scare
whole
tactic as well.
Native American stories about it too. So you got that on top of people saying they've seen it, or if they have seen it, they kind of like that's what they make themselves see. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
remember
From the stories
also,
that they've
They
heard.
had a lot of peyote.
Also, there's a
Yeah.
cannibal tribe that they're in like on their own, but after like they kill and eat somebody, they wear like their skeletons as like clothing, and like one of the like accessories they wear is like they wear the bottom jaw like on their jaw. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? And so
so
then-
that could be mistaken as like
the jaw
the
Yeah,
actual
jaw,
form.
yeah, so like there's a lot of like it could just be like him wearing dead people's like accessories like
Yeah.
just bones
I think it was
and stuff.
like as Trip said before, it was just a freak in the woods that
Yeah.
Just a freak in the woods.
yeah, that turned into this big old story. And
Yeah.
It could also be something like where the parents didn't want the kids to go in the woods because they knew a cannibal lived out there, right? I mean, what's scarier, a fucking 15-foot animal with a skull or a fucking Farmer John?
yeah.
Like so
Yeah.
you're gonna so it could have snowballed like that as well.
And like there's superstition nowadays that that you tell kids so that they behave better. Like Krampus. Like you better behave or Krampus is gonna kidnap you and beat you.
Yeah.
Like
Never heard
Damn.
that.
I've
Never
never heard
in my
of
life.
beating people, but like yeah, I've
yeah,
heard of
no,
Krampus.
that's a thing. Krampus beats the shit out of the kids.
I've never heard the name. Was it Krampus?
I've heard Krampus,
Krampus?
but most of the
Yeah.
time, like
You don't know Krampus? It's
I always
Oh.
heard that
it's
Santa
like
would give you cold, dog. Like,
yeah, Santa.
no,
gives you
it's
what I heard
it's
the most.
Santa's counterpart.
Yeah, it's
is
the
what
evil
Krampus
Santa, pretty
Oh.
much.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never heard that. I just heard that Santa would
Yeah, it's
You know,
the evil Santa.
naughty list.
Yeah,
You get cold.
but yeah, I mean, there's just superstition that I think Krampus is German in origin, if I'm not mistaken. But superstition that different, not nationality, that's not the word, different cultures say to their kids to make them
Mm.
behave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
which is, dude, Krampus. Like people to pick Krampus is crazy.
oh yeah, Krampus is fucking wild, dude.
I mean, they like it's supposed to be like Santa's like alter ego, like alter the ego or like evil twin
Mhm.
type shit. That motherfucker don't look nothing like Santa. Like he
But-
looks like a demon.
I mean, that's pretty much all I
we're going
have.
off the rail of Wendigos here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of, in a sense, like Skinwalkers. There's not too much information on it, except, hey, don't eat people, or this will happen, you know?
Yeah. I think we covered most of it though.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I mean-
I'm on board with the idea of a cannibal person that has gone just nuts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
on board with. I'm not necessarily on board with like the idea of a Wendigo. I'm more on board with the idea of a Skinwalker than the
Really?
yeah.
Because that's so much more fantastical than
I don't know, bro. That shit.
some dude eating people.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm on board with a dude eating people. I'm on
Yeah.
board with that part. I'm just
You're
not
cool
on.
with
Yeah, I'm on board with a dude eating people. I'm not on board with a 15 to 20-foot monster that continues to grow as it eats.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not on board with that either. Yeah.
So, but like I
But-
believe a Skinwalker over that.
Like if we're going like to rate them over the mythical creatures, I believe in Skinwalker more than I believe in obviously the Wendigo.
Wendigo.
But if we're
Yeah,
going over
so-
like realism, like just a person in the woods, like obviously I'm gonna pick Wendigo.
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
I think that's why I like the Wendigo more, is that I think it's more possible
Yeah,
than a Skinwalker.
it's definitely more possible. And honestly, Chances are it's happening as we speak.
Probably.
Dude, hey, some freak just eating some
Out in
people
the woods, bro. Out in the woods, in the winter trails, you know,
in the winter north,
just chilling,
northern winters.
literally chilling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Just
think
literally
that's
chilling.
literally.
What are we chilling? Why now?
Why no? But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I got. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good
all
stuff.
right.
Yep.
I give it an 8 out of 10
Ooh.
after hearing about it. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
You know.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So who's gonna do the next topic? I think it'll be Trips the next one.
Let's get the next one.
Okay.
All right. So we good with this?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
All right.
Marker.
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 Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.